So here we are then for a brand new episode of the MotoGP 20 career mode, where we are really starting to pull away in the championship now. This is looking good for us. So if we take a look, we currently lead by 20 points over Dovizioso, 29 points clear of Marquez, and we can start to get some more development underway. So I'm still going to focus on frame and engine. In order to get some quick development, I might focus on these nodes here, just to get a little bit of extra performance. But we do have the new engine part now, which is going to improve torque, which should really help us out. Then in terms of the frame, again, I need to develop a little bit further, and I might go for this one, reduction in tyre wear, or I might just carry on and improve the cornering ability of the bike. But either way, I need to save up a fair old amount of resource points. So I'm going to allocate people, and then we'll head down to the grid for qualifying out at the Catalan Grand Prix. So here we are then in qualifying 2. We made it through. It was a little bit tighter though, so I'm not sure whether we'll make even the second row of the grid. So let's see what we can do though. We should get a decent time. Marquez is of course the guy to beat at the minute, so let's see what we can do on our flying lap in Q2 then, with 4.5 minutes to go. That we are half a tenth off of Marquez's times. We were in a little bit wide there, out of turn 10. Now flick it into turn 12. Just got the last sector to navigate. Come on, you got to be so patient on the throttle out of turn 12. It can be so easy just to spin up the rear. Out the penultimate corner, on the gas again, chuck it in for a half decent last sector. I'm not fully convinced by this last sector, but let's see what we can do. Out the final corner, down the straight, a little bit bumpy on the curb. What's it going to be? 39.2, fractionally off of Marquez, and that's going to be third place, as long as no one beats that at the end. And no, third place, look at that. Front row covered by less than a tenth of a second. This is going to be tight. So, much better qualifying than I expected. Wasn't feeling too confident after Q1, but obviously we're just warming up. This is the first episode that I'm recording today, so that could be why. And in terms of tyres, hard rear, medium front, a little bit of extra fuel, lap and a half extra, and we can use that to our advantage. Hopefully the medium will be fine. Should be. Marquez has gone for medium front and rear. Dovi's gone for hard front and rear. So the three probably race winners, contenders, for 3 different setups of tyres. So there we go. We're going to get the inside line come to turn 1 if we can get the jump. So see if we can carry the momentum. Of course, we've got Valentino and Quartararo behind on those Yamahas that can throw up some surprise results and get good starts. So far, our start's pretty good. We've got the improved torque on the engine, so that's going to help us out. And here we go, coming, trying up the inside at turn number 1. It's not going to quite work. Oh, who's down? Alex Rins, after starting in the middle of the second row, goes down. Marquez is trying it around our outside. Oh, almost make contact with the Spaniard. He's going to come back at us. He's still there. Dovi's hit the front, though. And he is second in the championship, just 20 points behind us. So we've got him to watch out for. See if we can hold on. I wonder whether Quartararo will have a bit of pace today. Oh, Crutchlow's ahead of Quartararo. Where's Valentino gone? It looks like he's gone backwards. We're just 6/10 off of Dovizioso now. I fully expect Marquez to come flying up behind us, but for now we're slotted into P2. Dovi's just up the road. He got a fantastic start from the middle of the front row with his Ducati powered bike. Closing on the brakes here. We're a little bit deep at turn 10 though. Oh, get back on the tarmac. I thought the front was going to fold then. It went a little bit unsettled as we changed the direction of the bike. Flick it into turn 13 now. Back on the power. Marquez falling back a little bit. I wonder what sort of pace Dovizioso's got here today. Right, let's pick up some slipstream. Tyres are feeling nice at the minute. Bike's feeling good. And I'm not really pushing at this early stage in the Grand Prix. Tyres here at Catalunya are critical. You've really got to look after them, so I'm not going to push if I don't need to right now. Although Marquez has just caught up through that first sector. Our Aprilia seems quite weak compared to Marquez and his Honda in the first and second sectors. So again, the Aprilia suiting the second half of the lap, which we've seen over a couple of racetracks here at the start of the season. But I haven't seen Dovi run away with it like this since Qatar, really. He's had good results because obviously he's second in the championship, but in terms of leading and setting the race pace, Qatar, well, he only set it at the end as, whoa, little slip on the curb. Scary, scary stuff there. Right, 6 laps here at Catalunya. So then, ending lap number 2, we're still tucked in behind Dovizioso, so I'm going to start using power mode 2 down the straights. Not really pushing it too hard at the minute, and you can see Dovi goes with the fast lap of the race, 3/10 quicker than us. And Marc Marquez, I think, struggling to hold with this pace. So, is Marquez going to struggle this season? He didn't last season, he absolutely dominated it. He won by like 150 points, but obviously, here in Season 4 career mode, not quite working for him. He's sat in P3 at the minute, though. Not going to write him off just yet. But Dovi's really making his hard front and rear tyre work well around here. The medium front's feeling really good. Wouldn't want to be on a hard, but obviously that Ducati's a completely different bike to our Aprilia. So I'm just keeping an eye on the pack behind. I'm just trying to keep tabs on Dovizioso as well. I'm not pushing like mad at the minute. I'm just trying to look after the tyres, get us through the early stage of the race, and I'm going to push at the end, I think. I think that's how I'm going to run this race. But we'll just sit in behind Dovi for now. We're closing in on this braking zone in particular at turn 10, although I've ran it deep a little bit. But still sticking it with him. I think Marquez is now really falling back by a couple of tenths a lap, so we haven't got much pressure behind. You can see I'm putting on the pressure to Dovizioso now. This engine upgrade in particular around here is working well out of the corners. The extra torque is helping us from the engine. Wonder what the gap is now as we're going to come across the line any moment now. Power mode 2 again down this straight. 40.3, 40.1. So we're definitely pulling away from Marc Marquez behind. This Aprilia then versus the Ducati. Who'd have thought we'd say that last season? We really do have a lovely bike this season. I'm very glad I stayed with Aprilia. And next season I'll be trying to get a top factory ride. I will be looking to leave Aprilia. Trying to get a top factory ride, but I don't know if we've got enough reputation, so we might have to go to either Petronas Yamaha or Pramac or even Suzuki. We could do a stint at Suzuki. Let me know what you think. Just trying to sort of get a feel for where you want me to go next season. Obviously, if I get an offer from Monster Yamaha, that's the team I want to go to next, really. Seems like it would be a fun challenge to try and beat Ducati and Honda with the Yamaha. But I'd obviously take a factory ride at Ducati as well as Repsol Honda. But I'm just worried we won't have the reputation to get the offers. So we'll have to see with that. For now, though, we've got Dovizioso to try and deal with. But going to a team like Pramac would give us a feel for what the GP20 Ducati is going to be like. So whether you want to go Pramac, Petronas or Suzuki, they're the 3 teams realistically we'll be able to go to at the end of this season. I don't know if we'll get a top factory ride because it all works on the amount of reputation. I think you need 1 million reputation to get a factory ride, so it's a lot harder than it was on MotoGP 19. But again, we are just closing down on Dovizioso now. We've only got this lap and the next lap to go, so we can start winding up the pace, see if we can break into the 39s. The tyres are absolutely looking great. I've never looked after the tyres as well before. Usually I have to push on the limit just to be able to keep up with the leaders, but I'm a little bit concerned at the pace that Marquez is caught up behind. Look, he's left that gap and he's now bolting and he's coming after us, so it's all going to come down to the last lap. So if I can get an overtake on Dovizioso from now, I will. I'm going to start winding up the pace. Ooh. We've got plenty of fuel left, and Marquez is catching at a rate of knots. He's going about a second quicker than we are, so he's going to break into the 39s on this lap time, I bet. Oh, who's down? Yeah, for Suzuki. Suzuki's struggling them. Paul Espargaro down. He must have tangled with him. Right then, let's turn the wick up. I'm going to go power mode 2 for the rest of this lap and the next lap because we've got loads of fuel left. So it's time to get our move done on Dovizioso. I want to clear him before Marquez catches up to us. It's going to be a three-way. I think we're going to be the 3 championship contenders. Dovi, ourselves, and Marc Marquez. So this is going to be a crucial race. Whoever wins this race, it could help them win the championship later on because all these points are going to count. Marquez is right there. There he is. He's catching. Right, final lap time. Let's see if we can get the jump on Dovizioso at the end of the straight. Yeah, I told you he was going quickly behind. Now's the time. I feel like Dovi's just gone a little bit quicker as well. So let's see what's going to happen here today on the final lap at Catalunya. Now's the time to push. I can feel Dovi pushing as well because I'm pushing and he's still 3 tenths ahead of us. Oh, come on. We've got Marquez to worry about on the final corners as well. The final sector, Marquez is going to be all over the back of us, I think. Come on, Dovi. Get a move on. Where can we get him? I can hear Marquez. He's right there. There he is. He's pushing like mad. What is he doing? He's pushing like crazy. Whoa. A little bit of contact with Dovizioso. It's all heating up here, looking to get no damage. Bit across the AstroTurf there. Try and get the bike turned in for a good exit out of turn 9. Come on, we've been strong out of turn 9. Ooh, I thought it was Marquez crashing. Right, on the brakes into turn 10. Then we go around the outside and he's covered off the inside line nicely. Oh, come on. I couldn't go for the inside line there. He's just covered it off early. That might have been our last chance. Unless we can do a Valentino Rossi 2009, was it? I can't remember the year exactly now, but when he got the jump on Lorenzo at the final corner. Let's see. Oh, he's a bit far. There's Marc Marquez as well. I don't think we're going to be able to get Dovizioso. Oh, that's unfortunate. He upped his pace on the last lap as well. Second place though. That's good. Marc Marquez didn't turn up in the end, but he did get fastest lap of the race. No, he didn't. Everyone else behind was in the 39s. They've really upped the pace on the last lap. 39.2, fastest lap of the race from Cal Crutchlow. So, quite an interesting race. It's going to spice up the championship a little bit. Dovi closes into 15 points now, and Marquez falls back a further 33 points behind us now. So, next up is going to be the Catalunya test. So, let's head down then. Back to Catalunya for testing, where we will be testing what will probably be next year's bike. So I have no plans of staying with Aprilia after this season, so yeah, we may as well not put too much effort into testing. So I'm going to sign a new personal manager in an attempt to try and get a contract with a factory team. Now my preference would be Yamaha, but this guy's got good connections inside the official Honda team, so that could be interesting. And he's good at economic negotiations, stuff like that as well. So we will accept him. We're going to pay his wage and signing on fee, stuff like that. So let's see them. It's not going to take effect yet, but it would be interesting. These are the establishment of new teams as well, but I'm not going to do that just yet. So I've decided not to compete in testing. The winter test are finished, so I mean I'm just going to stick with our official bike. It doesn't have any effect this season. I don't plan staying with the team next season, so that's why I've skipped that. Hopefully you guys aren't too disappointed about that. But I do need to get back to racing this season. So let's head into the German Grand Prix then. And see how we get on. So then here we are in Q2. We're starting our lap with 4 minutes to go in the session. I think Marquez is currently the pole man as we run it very deep into sector 1, well turn 1. 19.3 is the time to beat set by Marc Marquez. So let's see what we can do over the course of this lap. We are almost half a second off on this opening lap, which isn't ideal. I've only fueled the bike for one lap, so let's see what we can do. Still half a second off of Marc Marquez on this lap. 2 more corners to go. See if we can bring it round turn 12, a little bit wide, but back on the power. And then chuck it into the final corner now. Oh, a little wobble from the rear. Just about avoid the grass on the outside. And oh, we brought it back all in the final sector. But still, it's only going to be good enough for second place. So, this is a bit of a spanner in the works, isn't it? We have a wet track. So, I wonder what is going to be best. Soft front and rear, I think. I'm not going to go for mediums. No one else has either. Wow, Davi Vinales have. So this could be interesting. We've got Quartararo back on the front row. He's going to be looking for another good result. He had a decent result last time, but he's going to want to get back on the podium, isn't he? So we've got to watch out for him. So hopefully the wet track doesn't throw a spanner in the works, but we're going to have to wait and see. The tyres are going to be cold off of the launch. So let's see then. Getting a decent run out of the box initially, and then on the brakes into turn 1, sort of challenging Marquez. Whoa, Quartararo down and up the inside. Contact with Quartararo. And we've got moderate damage. Oh, dear, dear, dear. So taking a look at the replay then. Coming into turn number 1, it's absolute drama here. We're up the inside of Marc Marquez, and then, oh, Quartararo was there, and down we go. And there's huge amounts of contact. And yeah, it took us ages, absolutely ages to respawn. So I'm not best pleased about that. And we also have moderate damage. So we've got 8 laps around here. We've got to recover as well. And this isn't my best track either. And we were going to have to get some bad luck at some point in the season. But I didn't want it to be here at the Saxon Ring. And I've got this moderate damage to deal with, so I don't know. I have no idea what the bike's going to perform like. I feel like I need to get this lap done and under our belt, and then I can really start to push as we start to get a feel for what this bike's going to be like in these damp conditions. P15 is where the points start, so we have to at least get some points if we can. So it's all about damage limitation. Luckily, this Aprilia is good, but to crash on the opening lap at turn 1 as well is going to put you miles behind. So let's dig deep, put our head down for a few laps and see where we can get to. Oh, there's contact there. Huge crash there. Who's down? Nakagami, Espargaro. A few guys have gone down then. That's gifted us 4 positions. Look at that. So, end of lap number 2. We're into P19. We've got this big pack here. There's another crash. Marc Marquez is down. Oh, has he bottled it when he's had this huge opportunity, or did he crash with Alex Marquez? Oh, there they are though. Alex Marquez, Valentino Rossi down. What on earth has happened here at the Saxon Ring? First of all then, let's find out what happened to Alex Marquez and Valentino Rossi. It seems to be at the final corner. Look, Alex Marquez up the inside of Valentino. And what happened? Oh, Alex folded it and Valentino got caught up in the mix. That's a bit frustrating for Valentino. Let's take a look then. Alex Marquez's point of view. Coming up the inside. Did he just fold the front? Yeah, up the inside. It's very tricky to take that shallower line. Oh, he was all over the curb. And Valentino hit the deck. So on board with the race leader, Marc Marquez then. Did he do the exact same thing as his brother? The Marquez brothers make the same mistake at the same lap. And he is leading from Rins, from Crutchlow. And oh, yes, he did over the curb. And where does he rejoin? He rejoins in about 6th, 7th place. So the time when he needs to make the most of it, he isn't able to. Back to the action, and we're covering off Alex Marquez then. We do have moderate damage to our Aprilia. So I don't know how well it's going to perform. It isn't feeling great. And Alex Marquez up the inside, back battling with him. Not what we want. I'm trying to catch up to this pack, but maybe if I can just hook up to the back of Alex Marquez, then we can close down the gap. And like I say, if we can just get a few points, we can get some damage limitation. And now Marc Marquez has crashed. It's only Dovi that we've got to worry about, really. But that was Marquez's opportunity to catch back up to us in the championship. I mean, he's still ahead of us. He's in 6th, 7th place, something like that. I don't know where Dovi is, actually. But the first sector or two of this lap, this Aprilia isn't feeling great. The aero damage probably compromising us a little bit. And I need to think about maybe if I need to save fuel. We should just have enough in the tank, but this Aprilia is struggling to keep up with Alex Marquez. Either it doesn't work very well in the wet this season, or it's more likely the fact that we've got moderate damage to our bike, which is affecting us. But we're in P18 right now. There's another crash. Oh, I thought it was going to be Dovi, but it's Danilo that goes down. Whoa, big tank slapper out the final corner. And Petrucci, the AI, are making so many mistakes. I forgot to look where Dovizioso was. But definitely this Aprilia isn't feeling 100%. I can feel the damage through the corners, and it's losing us a little bit of time. If we didn't have the damage, it would be okay. I think we'd be able to catch up a bit better. Even if it was light damage, but it's moderate damage. You can see we're whistling a complete winglet there. And Petrucci taking a look back at us. So the aim has to be to get a few points here if possible. Just going to be coming up to about halfway through the lap. You can see the rear struggling through the first sector. The bike really struggling in the first half of the lap. And our straight line speed's going to be affected as well. So come on, just hang on in there. You can see they're just pulling away. Oh, Alex Rins is down. He was in P2. What is going on today? Who else has gone down? Tito Rabat. Going to pick up a few more positions. Rabat's down. We're into P16. Oh, there's a crash here. What on earth? Zarco. Iannone. Oh, my word. Watch out. Alex Marquez. Oh, Danilo Petrucci's set fast lap of the race. But we've gone from P18 to P12 in like one corner. So what happened to Rins then? It was at the final corner. Yes, he just got on the curb. These experienced riders just keep getting on the curb. That is not... Oh, Crutchlow. What happened to Crutchlow? He did the exact same thing. On the... Oh, I didn't know Crutchlow went down. Who else? Who else did it? Did Maverick or anyone else do it in this pack? Marquez, did he make a mistake? Not quite. Crutchlow. Whoa, that's what happened. That's what happened to Iannone. Oh, no, it wasn't. That's what happened to Crutchlow. Look at it. What is he doing? Oh, look at that. Rejoin the track and Zarco can't do anything about it. Then what happened to Iannone? Did he get caught up in the mix? Oh, Morbidelli went straight through him. And, oh, look at that. He just hit Crutchlow's bike. Whoa! What's this race? Oh, my God. Look at this from Alex Marquez. Does a front flip. Whoa! Oh, my word. Right on board. Whoa. Oh, it doesn't let you carry on seeing it. But that is like... What has happened this race? Let's take a look live. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my word. Whoa! We were lucky to come through that. So we've been gifted 12th place. Absolute crazy. Whoa! What the hell? Why does the camera angle go funny like that? I hate that it does that. There's a few weird glitches when you go into replay mode. Either your fuel counter goes off, or your engine sound drops, or the camera spins a 360 and you can't see what you're doing. But anyway, end of lap number 4, start of lap number 5. What a crazy race this has been so far. And because of all the crashes, we've been gifted some points, P12. So, I just need to nurse the bike home. The bike isn't feeling great at all. It's got this moderate damage, but if we can just stay on the bike, not take damage, then we could be on for a few points and a pretty good damage limitation race. And the rate that the AI are going, there isn't going to be anyone left and we might get in the top 10. So let's see what we can do then over the course of the rest of this next few laps. I'm just going to... You see, I can't even close up on Petrucci here. He's been going quickly, to be fair, though. So let's see. There's a big pack up the road as well. And oh, who else is down now? Lecuona goes down at the final corner. That was P11. We're gaining positions. We might get in the top 10. Morbidelli leads the race from Bagnaia. What? Morbidelli and Bagnaia 1-2. Wow, who'd have expected this? Who'd have expected this here at the Saxon Ring? This has to be one of the most exciting races. Even though I'm not really in the mix for a competitive result, it has to be one of the best races I've done on this game. That is hilarious. Morbidelli from Bagnaia, from Viñales, from Marquez, from Aleix Espargaro, from Binder, Mir, Petrucci, Quartararo, Oliveira 10th. What a top 10 this is. The tyres aren't feeling great, they're feeling cold. We've actually closed up by about half a second on this lap to Oliveira, so we might get in the top 10. But we've only got 2 laps to go, so let's just dig deep. Guy behind's catching up, but I'm not too worried about him. Sat in P11, which is a good outcome from this so far, so let's see what we can do over the rest of the race. So then we've only got this corner and the next corner to navigate. We've been closing down on Oliveira very slightly, but we were never really going to be able to catch him realistically. We're going to bring the bike home. Franco Morbidelli takes the win for Petronas Yamaha. Espargaro with the fastest lap of the race. That's our teammate there for Aprilia, so at least we get some good results for Aprilia. In the end then, Bagnaia second, Viñales third, Marquez fourth. Where was Dovizioso? What? I didn't know he crashed out. I didn't actually notice that. So, although we got taken out at the start, the championship remains practically the same. Marquez closing a little bit. Morbidelli with the win shoots up the order. That is great for him. What a crazy, crazy race. What a crazy turn of events. But that rounds off today's episode. I really do hope you have enjoyed. We still lead from Ducati in the constructors as well, so that's great. So for now, if you enjoyed, smash the like button. If you enjoyed it even more, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next one.